Hey everybody, welcome to episode 52 of the Tiny Disc Podcast, a show about games and life. I'm Robert Scarpanito, and I'm joined here by the noisy-ass Jack Cepeda.
Hey everybody, guess what? Wu-Tang Clan definitely is nothing to fuck with. I'm Jack. How's it going?
There you go. And our ever-lovable Collin Sparling.
How's it going, everybody? I'm hoping you're doing better than me. I'm cranking the fucking coffee hard right now. Yikes. I am one tired boy.
Dude, it is late in the day for caffeine. What are you doing? Are you on some keto weird shit? What's going on?
I know, right? No, dude, it's been an early morning. It was a long night last night, meetings and stuff like that. And just trying to find, like, this whole move to the Pacific Northwest things, man, is nothing to scoff at. You know, this whole finding apartments and stuff like that. It's definitely a stressful thing, but I wouldn't have it any other way. It's some shit for sure. But yeah, it's been a whole thing, and kind of leads into what I wanted to open today's show with, my dudes. So with us moving, we've had to get rid of some worldly possessions.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, it's been, let me do some math here. 4 years since the last time I've sold a video game.
Whoa. Oh no.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Say it ain't so.
And I had to sell some stuff, boys. I'm a little upset.
Pained in my heart.
Yeah, I know. I did it. I sold quite a few significant things, and it didn't feel the greatest, but I need the monies. Seattle's not a cheap place.
It is not.
Did you go to Warp Zone?
No, so I went back home to Level Up because I knew they would cut me a deal since I'm friends with all the guys there. Shout out to you guys if you're listening. And so I traded in a Nintendo, a Super Nintendo, all the games for that, Genesis. Bro. I had a copy of Phantasy Star 2 in the Genesis. Gosh, what else? A bunch of 3DS games. A freaking Mortal Kombat 1 plug and play.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
garbage. I had that laying around.
So you paid them to take that from you?
Yeah, so they took it off my hands, and I was glad I did because they're like, yeah, man, we're actually in dire need of a lot of this stuff. So I was actually able to get good money for it because it was in demand. Yeah, it's really upsetting getting rid of, part of my collection like that. I just knew I wasn't capable. I'm not going to be capable of collecting for those consoles anytime soon, especially with how expensive it is for doing the NES and SNES.
Talk to me about the Super Nintendo games.
So Super Nintendo, what did I have at Super Nintendo? I had Super Mario World, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat 3.
Meh.
I didn't really have anything too significant, and I think I did that on purpose because a lot of the significant games are really expensive.
Yeah, especially on SNES, and NES too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So basically, the reason why I bring that up, guys, is, and obviously it's me and Robert both removing, but like, does anyone get as sentimental about that sort of stuff as I do? I mean, dude, it sucks. Like, I don't like selling games. I like having stuff. I might be a semi-mild hoarder, but I'm just gonna pass it off as collecting. I'm gonna sweep it under the rug a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, here's where I stand. I just sold my 3DS, so I mean.
Yeah, I know I was there. I was upset.
Whoa,
yeah.
Why?
I don't play it anymore. Why do I need it?
Dude. Let me ask you, also, you were talking about Dragon Quest 8 last week, Colin. Were you playing the 3DS version or the PS?
3DS version.
Set the record straight from last week. On a side note here, I listened to that music too, and it sounds like butt. It is definitely like crunched in and is not as good sounding as the PS2 version. So so that's why the music doesn't sound that good. You should listen to either the emulated version or the PS2 music. It is like Red Book CD audio quality. It's awesome. It's way better.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know that.
And they do that also for like games like Xenoblade Chronicles, right? They crunch down the audio to take up less file space. Anyways, back on to this. So yes, it's well known that I had a whole room dedicated to my old apartment for games. I had like a love sack, beanbag in the middle. I had an old CRT TV. Robert's been there a couple times. Like, he saw it. You were like surrounded by nostalgia and old games. And I'll tell you though, man, like, after I was in the same boat as you, moved across country, I'm like, there's no way I'm taking all the shit. I sold it for less than it was worth, like, easily. But in a way, it was kind of freeing. In a way, it was kind of liberating. I should have been sadder than I was, but I was actually kind of relieved. I was kind of set free from it. And I still only have, to this day, in terms of physical media, I still only have like about one shelf's worth of video games. Not even a full shelf.
Wow.
Yeah. But I play a shitload of video games, right? They're just all digital now. So it's not like I'm playing any less. It's just like, all right, well, now it kind of forces me to think like, wow, is this something I want to keep forever? You know, and if I feel like, oh, I just want to trade in, then I'll go rent it on Redbox or something like that.
Now, can I ask you this? Would getting married have anything to do with that, with having a collection?
Nothing at all. She was into it, dude.
Okay.
She lived at that apartment with me in Columbus with the room.
Okay.
She was into it. We would go in there and game.
Can confirm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she was into it. So it had nothing to do with that. That's not the kind of marriage I have where
I'm glad.
You gotta get rid of your games.
Yeah, it's your games or me. Yeah.
No, I never would have even dated a woman that would force me to make that stupid kind of decision, you know? So,
I know, right? I know.
Yeah. So, no, it's never been and never will be like that really with us. So lucky me, right? But, no, I feel your pain, but I think it was freeing, and I think that the challenge is to not go back to that. I think it's doable. But listen, man, with EA and their announcement of their service, games as a service now, right? Where like you just pay like a annual fee and you just get to play all their games now.
Can I just say that's not games as a service? That's just a
I know it's
service.
A term though, like it makes sense. Like
games as a
subscription
service. A games as a service is like a game you buy and then you keep paying for microtransactions forever.
Multiple games as a service. How about that?
No, streaming a game isn't games as a service.
It's not streaming.
It's just a fancy buzzword you could throw around, just like TV manufacturers throw around.
I'm not talking about cloud stream. I'm not talking about cloud stream. I'm talking about like a flat fee you pay every month, and then you just have access to all their games. That's what their service is.
Yeah, but that's not whatever.
Yes, it's not worth the fight.
It's a service.
So, anyways, I'd rather pay a flat fee every year and just say, oh, I can play all of Ubisoft's games or all of EA's games or all of Nintendo games. They should do that, right?
Yeah, that'll happen maybe in like 2050.
For Nintendo, for sure.
No, Nintendo, that's never fucking happening. Dude, Nintendo's games never drop in price, let alone them having a streaming service. I don't think they would ever.
I mean, they got close kind of last console generation, right? With the virtual console. I know it's not like one flat fee for all their games, but they did start distributing old ones.
What's coming this fall is going to be the closest thing to that, where you pay a monthly fee for online games and you also have access to their retro games. Like that's the closest thing. I really think it is all going to go that way. It might not stay that way forever, but we are at least headed towards this wave of pay us a flat fee and have access to all these games, a la Xbox, a la EA, and Nintendo now. So
yeah, I mean the signs are definitely like they're pointing there. The whole idea with apparently GameStop looking to be bought out.
Yep.
I mean that kind of points to the whole idea brick and mortar stores are slowly on the decline.
Oh, they're up for sale. I didn't realize they put their neck
they're
out
looking
on the
to get sold out.
Wow.
And I did have this theory a while back. I forget what caused it, but it was something along one of the doomsaying prophecies about the physical media being on the way out. But I came up with this theory, thinking that somewhere down the line, I could see it turning into like a lot of streaming services and things like that, but also like physical media still being available, and it's going to be a little bit more exclusive. And the idea that I had was like maybe publishers turn to a thing where you can only buy, say, their physical media from their own like online stores or something like that. You have to like go directly through them. Like you have to like go out of your way to get it, I guess.
I think video games are just perpetually about 25 to 30 years behind the music industry in terms of everything. So look at music industry now. There's streaming services. You subscribe. Like I said, you can listen to this whole big catalog, or you can purchase, them outright, which almost no one ever does anymore. Or you can stream them on YouTube some other way, or you can go and get a fucking turntable and like some badass headphones and then start going down the vinyl route, physical, right?
Yeah, vinyl's outselling digital download.
Absolutely. So I think that I think that games are going to mirror that. They're again just about 2 to 3 decades behind.
So does that?
But I totally see that playing itself out again in history.
Does that make limited run games the vinyl of video games?
Something like that. There will be something like that, I think, down the road. I mean, dude, when people like me are 50, 60, 70 years old, and Nintendo's already playing into that nostalgia, right? With the SNES Classic, with the NES Classic, there's going to be something like that. I don't know exactly what it is, but there's going to be something to cater to those 50, 60-year-old gamers that grew up playing Atari, Nintendo, Genesis, Sega, all that shit. So that generation's always going to be around, always going to carry some level of nostalgia for that. There's going to be something that, this is to get your kids to play Nintendo and Super Nintendo games the way you did, something like that. I don't know what it is. If I knew it right now, I'd be a millionaire, but I'm telling you, it's going to mirror that music industry ebb and tide.
I definitely like could see the whole idea of it kind of mirroring the music industry in that we're going to see vinyl, right? It's going to be like two extremes. It's going to be vinyl, but then it's also going to be streaming. Like those are the two big things. And then digital downloads are going to go on the way out. Yeah, exactly. Just like that for video games. So things like PSN, Xbox Live, not going to be as relevant when Xbox Game Pass takes over. You know, you're having streaming games or doing PlayStation Now. But something to come like that says otherwise is that a PlayStation Now is allegedly getting downloads. So you no longer have to just stream the games. You're going to be able to download them as well.
Makes sense.
Which is their answer to the Game Pass idea.
I mean, that's kind of like PlayStation Plus already is now.
Well, yeah,
with the free games.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that except you're paying for an entire library rather than just the whatever games they trickle out every month.
I'd be into it, man. I'd be into it if you could just say, hey, you know, and I would pay a lot for that. For if you could say, hey, $100 a month, and you can play any game on any device, download it, and play with like a Bluetooth controller or something like that on a laptop or PC or a PC or a tablet or a phone, something like that, dude. $100 a month, I would pay that to just say, here's all the games. Here they are.
You say $100 a month?
If it was all the games that you ever wanted to play on any device you ever want to play. So this is the pipe dream. This is the pipe dream.
You're talking like the Spotify for video games.
Basically. Yeah, exactly. Where you could download it and play it on anything. I would pay $100 a month for that.
I mean, depending on how, it's kind of like the whole movie pass thing that's going on right now with AMC throwing their hat into the ring, right? It just depends how much you use it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And that's the argument for a lot of people with PlayStation Now already as it is that like it's expensive. PlayStation Now is not cheap compared to other services.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it like $50 a month or something?
No,
like that?
It's less than that, but it's like I think it's like 15 plus, maybe 20 something. Don't quote me on that. But a lot of people say, you know, depending on how much you use it, it might be justifiable. That's just what it comes down to. Because if you're using Movie Pass or the new AMC Movie Pass, or whatever the hell, and you only go see one movie a month, it's not really making it too worth it. But yeah, that's the same general idea. But to bring it back to my original discussion about selling your stuff, I know it kind of went off on a tangent. So it's one of those things where like it always kind of bothered me when people did the thing like say we're moving from like when we moved from PS3 to PS4. The big trend there was I knew a lot of my friends were selling their 360, selling their PS3, just throwing them out, and I'm like, dude, like this is prime time to be buying 360 and PS3 games, like prime time, and there's a ton of great
towards
PS3,
the end of the cycle,
games.
Right when the games are
exactly,
super cheap. Yeah,
dude. Like I bought so many PS3 games when the PS3 was on its way out,
dude.
And
Robert saw I had a whole IKEA shelf just for 360 games alone.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I mean, I don't think there's as many good exclusives on 360 as there were on PS3, at least toward the end.
I agree,
but. I mean, it's just an awesome, like, the PS3 is just an awesome system to collect for, in my opinion. And that's why I have so many
domain.
Games. Oh, yeah. Yeah, like, I mean, all the JRPGs alone, really. And those are the ones that are still staying pretty expensive. But yeah, I don't know. It always bothered me when my friends were like, yeah, I'm going to get rid of this console. And then I had another friend hit me up and like, hey, man, so I heard you had an extra PS3. Do you want to sell me that? I missed my old one. Yeah. So he took that on. But yeah, it just sucks to bring it full circle. It just kind of sucks to sell stuff, but I'm sure I'll build it up again at some point. I'm holding on to a bunch of my boxes and stuff from like all my old consoles and all that. That way, like when I do get my own place and I have the game room, I have some decor for it a little bit.
So are you gonna pack up like
something.
are you gonna pack up like your socks and shoes and shit in your console boxes in the car? What do you think? Like you can't just have them taking dead space, dude. Is that what you're gonna do? You're just gonna have them take up empty space?
No, I'm not gonna take all my boxes with me right off the bat, but I'm talking years down the line.
Oh, you're gonna keep them at dad and mom and dad's. Okay.
Oh my, no, dude. Because what would happen if I did that? People would be peering through the window of our car that we're taking and be like, "Holy shit! Look at all that!" They just bust out the window and take our shit.
I definitely, when I was moving, I had to stay in like Memphis, Tennessee overnight, and I was really nervous about it actually. So I did like take like black trash bags and cover everything in my back seat.
Wow. That's a good idea. Yeah. I mean,
honestly. I took all the most expensive things out, like my projector and a bunch of other, really expensive things, and my laptop and shit. but there were some things there that were valuable. I had to leave in the car, so I was a little bit nervous about that, but it all worked out.
Yeah.
I don't know, guys. I'm sitting here on like the whole other side of the fence where I'm like, I don't give a shit. Sell what you want. Like, I don't care.
What's it like to have a black soulless heart? Is my question to you.
I mean,
you don't have any care. You don't have any like nostalgia for your childhood.
No, not
at all.
Really. No, I mean, look, I played the shit out of Pokemon Sapphire, and I have a lot of, I guess nostalgia for it, but not the kind of nostalgia where it's like, I want to keep a rectangle with a screen on it in a drawer that I'm never going to open just because I like the idea that I might crack it open in the year 2069 to maybe check out my Pikachu again. Like, I'm not going to fucking do that.
To be fair, depending on...
Gives me warm fuzzies.
To be fair, depending on what that rectangle of yours is worth, it might you might just be better off keeping it instead of selling it for whatever the hell they give
$20
you.
$20 or whatever. On a separate note, guys, did you see that video going around, making its way around the interwebs of that grown-ass man giving his little kid like a yellow Game Boy? And it's a little girl, and she grabs it, and she's holding it by top half, and she keeps trying to touch and drag
the touch
the
screen.
Pokemon. Yeah. She can't figure out how to play the game because she keeps trying to poke the screen. I'm like, that's not touch screen.
Jeez.
I mean, that's the generation now, yeah.
You bring up nostalgia, Robert, and that's a big reason why I don't think that a lot of physical games are going to go out completely out the window. At least, and if they do, it's not going to be for a very long time because the video game industry is a very nostalgia-fueled industry, especially 100%. On the Nintendo end of things.
Yeah, so, I think like what it's going to eventually be is even if the big publishers are like, we're done with physical games, we're only doing digital. Like, there's going to be black market physical. There's going to be secondhand physical.
What are you buying?
Hey, yo,
I got a fucking jacket full of Nintendo cartridges.
Y'all got any Blu-rays of Call of Duty Infinitesimal Warfare 69, please? Y'all got any of that? You got any of those discs?
Hey, there's this guy over there wearing a Power Glove. Looks really suspicious.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad. But why though? You brought up Call of Duty a little bit there. Why is it still like $60 on Steam?
Oh, excuse me.
Why are Call of Duty games so stupid expensive?
Hold on. Actually,
because people buy them.
Can we fucking talk about Black Ops 4 right now then? Like,
okay.
Have you guys heard about this shit where like, yeah, you can buy $60 for the game. You can spend $60 for the game. You don't buy money. Or if you want the season pass, you have to buy like the premium edition or the hardened edition or the whatever edition. Like, you can't buy the season pass separately.
Excuse me?
So if you want Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and all the eventual maps that are going to split up the community player base, because they always do, you need to spend $100. You can't buy them a la carte.
You can't buy them a la carte.
You're lying right now.
Pass. $100,
dude.
Right now.
How do they plan on getting that by? I mean, they're not learning any lessons, or the lessons they are learning are the wrong ones from EA Apocalypse last year and everything. Is that a real thing?
That's a real thing. And it's probably the same thing that, remember, was it Infinite Warfare where Modern Warfare Remastered came out with it, but you couldn't buy Modern... Yes. Yeah. So you couldn't buy Modern Warfare Remastered on its own until like a year later, maybe? But if you wanted that game, you had to pay $80 for Infinite Warfare, right? So this is similar.
Dude, to me, it's showing that they're struggling now. It's showing that their sales are dwindling and they need to come up with more desperate tactics. Look at the biggest game in the world, guys. What is it?
Fortnite.
It's free. It's free. Anyone can play it. And speaking of video games, I played it on the Switch and it was not a good experience. But
yikes.
That's that, and they're making tons of money, hundreds of millions of dollars in days. Like Call of Duty would fucking freak out if they made what Fortnite makes in one day in cosmetics.
I would actually like to plug. Jim Sterling did a video basically just called "Fuck Black Ops 4," which is exactly it, and it's exactly what you expect.
I mean, it sums it up.
Yeah, it's basically just all about this and how it's just terrible. And the thing is, like, I doubt Call of Duty is like hurting necessarily. It's just not making as much money as it previously did, probably. Right?
Yeah, but I think that's a safe bet. Yeah. So Robert and I were in a GameStop yesterday when he was, regretfully trading in his 3DS.
Yeah.
He seems fine with it.
Oh, I'm happy. I'm fine.
It's funny that you sold your 3DS and I actually charged mine up for the first time in months. I'm like into it.
Dude, 3DS is great. All right, there's a lot of great games on there.
Oh no, it's
anyway,
great.
Point being,
I'm not playing it anymore.
There was the classic combo of a little kid, must have been what, Robert, like 11?
I'd say 11 or 12.
Yeah, 11 or 12, like kid in there like wearing probably nothing but Nike shit, and his hair was like fucking
Spiked
had
up.
that fucking all spiked
like,
up,
straight up.
and he walks up to the counter. He's like, "Hi, we called about pre-ordering Black Ops 4 earlier." And I'm like, "Oh my god,
He's definitely not
this
17.
Still happens? This still happens?"
Yeah,
Nah, he's like,
pre-ordering, yeah.
I was like, dude, he's 11 years old, and I was like, dude, all right. I mean, it's gonna be great to hear you yelling at somebody and like about how you fucked their mom later, but
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So
And,
his mom wasn't there.
no, his mom was there. I was like, you must be so proud.
Wow. Yeah. He had all the gel in his hair, all the LA looks.
He got
I mean, I'm judging hard right now, but you know what?
he earned it. He got all A's on his report card that semester.
Was this like on the way to or from soccer practice, and did he have shin guards on?
Probably from,
Probably
Okay.
from.
because we were
Okay.
around closing time, so probably from.
All right. He's one of those guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know. I remember like when they revealed Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Battlefield 5, I was thinking, Black Ops looks like the way to go this year in terms of fun. But after hearing that for the
If
season
that
pass,
is I need to independently verify this, but if that is real, that is some real serious shit.
I'm
When was that
telling you.
announced? When did that news come out?
like a couple days ago.
So I
Son of a bitch.
really hope they get shit on for this. I really do. Like, this is like, if what you're saying is true, like they better get shit on for this. Like
what is-
Battlefront.
What is this shade
Battlefront
from you
2
two? Like,
levels.
if it's true. I mean, I don't know if it's true, guys. I don't know. Robert lies
Like-
about a lot of shit. I don't know.
Yeah, Robert's a fucking liar. No,
It's
I mean,
not
if they,
really
I
your
mean,
credibility. It's that
not
it's
one of those
so
things-
unbelievable to me.
Yeah, I'm just questioning whether or not they're going to stick with that up through release.
Yeah,
because
that's
they're
what I'm
gonna, the
saying.
internet is going to fuck them hard. Like, this is like, I don't know if it'll explode to Battlefront 2 levels of like notoriety, but it should. If
I was
that's-
kinda
if
like-
that holds true.
I was kind of like, oh, Call of Duty's trying something new. They're going to be exclusively multiplayer. There's going to be battle royale. It's kind of let me down over the years, but this might be the year where they change it up enough for me to at least investigate it. And with this now in place, so the multiplayer alone is $60.
Well, and zombies.
That's all $60. Like, so there's no single player campaign. So
Right.
it's 66% of a game.
I think they
And
said
then the
they're adding like some third extra mode that's like special missions or something like that.
Well, there's going to be
Spec
battle
Ops.
royale mode.
Right.
That too,
Okay.
yeah.
Anyways, it's just not like what we've come to know and expect of a Call of Duty game, a traditional release. So, wow.
I mean, honestly though, like I'm not that angry about like $60 being the price of that just for a multiplayer only game. Because consider like the average person who spends $60 on Call of Duty is probably the person who's buying it like day one, week one, and is also the same person who barely spends any time, if at all, in the single player campaign.
Guess what? That person doesn't exist anymore because they moved on to Counter-Strike and they moved on to, maybe Overwatch, or they moved on to PUBG,
mean,
certainly.
I don't know. We saw an
Let's
11
talk.
year
I mean,
old.
Overwatch was a $60 game when it first came out. It's multiplayer only. There's only, I mean, granted, there's different modes for multiplayer, but
That's true.
Good point.
yeah, I mean, people happily paid $60 freaking dollars for that.
'Cause
They
it's
also,
Blizzard.
I mean, it's Blizzard. It is Blizzard. I don't know. I mean, I'm hearing good and bad about Black Ops 4. Like, I was actually vaguely impressed by the reveal event. Like, and I won't go back on that. But I mean, this is just, I don't know. It's just anti-consumer. It's just making it more difficult for people to like,
Enjoy.
it's giving them less options. It doesn't make sense to me.
Same.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man. I mean, the game's going to have to be so fucking stellar to even justify that. So if someone buys a $60 version, then they're stuck perpetually in those modes and everything else. They're basically not going to patch the game.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, you won't be able to play the new maps or whatever else comes up with the new, with whatever's in the season pass.
That's friggin' crazy.
Yeah.
I'm just I did miniature rant here. I'm just so tired of these multiple editions of games coming out, and I think we talked about it before. I'm probably just beating a dead horse at this point, but God, I'm so tired of it. Like the freaking Assassin's Creed Gold Legendary Steelbook Edition that comes with absolutely pointless extra DLC.
And if you buy it at Target, it comes with a special Target branded butt plug, and yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what
I love
Target's famous for.
Right. But no, I mean, like, dude, you're paying $100, 40 extra dollars for a steelbook and a little bit of DLC. That's like insignificant to the greater part of the game.
Isn't there like a $700 version that has like a figure of the main
Is there?
dude?
I'm
I
not
wanna
entirely
say.
sure. I know there was like an ultra super deluxe edition for Origin when it came out.
That's basically my life's goal, is to not be that guy with like shelves upon shelves of video game statues in their room. Please. I don't want
I
this.
mean that's a rant for another day, but yeah, I definitely am not a big fan of collector's editions that are just like, yeah, we came up with a cheap looking statue. There you go. That collector's edition right there.
When video game companies got into the toy business and statue business. Very sad times.
I don't know. I like stuff that's usable.
Do you guys want to guess how many different editions of Black Ops 4 there are?
I'm going to say 5. Are you counting digital as a different edition?
Yes.
Oh, you are counting digital.
Maybe 6 then.
I would say, yeah, 6.
There are 5.
I was right.
So there's standard, digital standard, then the Pro Edition, which comes with 1,100 Call of Duty points to buy your in-game currency things.
Jesus
CD points.
And the Black Ops Season Pass, which includes also a like exclusive zombies map that if you don't have the Season Pass, you cannot play it on launch.
Are there Nazi zombies in this game?
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
are?
Yep.
Okay, I'm into that.
And then there's the Digital Deluxe, which comes with more Call of Duty points. And then there's the Digital Deluxe Enhanced, which comes with even more Call of Duty points. That's about it.
It's just
They're pretty soon they're going to come out with a tier that you need to spend $150 if you ever want to play a Call of Duty ever again.
Yeah,
we're
pretty
going to
much.
lock you out from future releases if you don't give us $150 now.
it's just going back to the whole idea of those people that, you know, taking advantage of the casual player base that buys nothing every year except Madden and Call of Duty.
Yeah, let's
Or
hear
like
those.
NBA.
Let's hear those
NBA and
knuckles
Call of Duty.
crack.
What's
Thanks,
that?
Jack.
What?
Jack cracked his knuckles right into the mic. It was so good.
Oh, satisfying.
It's a good ASMR. Here's the thing. I think if Call of Duty wasn't being run by like a shitbag of a publisher, it should just be a platform, not a yearly game. Like Overwatch. There isn't like an Overwatch 2, Overwatch 3, Overwatch Modern Warfare, Overwatch World at War. You know what I mean? It's just Overwatch, and they just update
Yeah, why
it
don't
every couple months.
I'm so surprised that they don't do like they're sticking to their old model, dude, pretty hard, and it's kind of surprising that they haven't, like, with how much the industry is moving towards games as a service. You know, I'm surprised Call of Duty isn't one of those.
Yeah.
But then again, if it makes them more money, I mean, to stick to their old model, I guess.
that's
this is
asking-
going to be on BlizzNet, right? Or Battle.net, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're
that's
basically getting your install base to pay $60 every year. So I mean, I guess there's that.
Let me ask you real quick. I was confused about this earlier. So the World Cup is happening now.
Right.
So didn't Overwatch do a World Cup thing, Robert?
No, they did a
Like some sort of back?
event?
Summer
I had no idea.
Games.
Summer Games, and that's where the Lucio soccer skins came.
Yeah, it was the Olympics, not World Cup.
Yeah. Okay. I got confused. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Continue.
There you
World
go.
Cup, guys. What do you think? What are thoughts on that? Huh? It's a thing.
Yo, South
Germany's
Korea
out.
beat Germany
Yeah, like the defending champions were
2-0.
like last 6 times.
2-0. Fucking South
Really
Korea.
1-0. That second one didn't really count.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
come on,
guy
though.
threw the ball at the pins. Hooray.
The pins.
Yeah.
That's bowling.
And then he did a touchdown after that.
He did a
Yeah.
touchdown. He scored.
I don't watch
He scored
soccer.
a slam dunk.
Well, that was
I don't
after
really either.
that was after he missed the 3-pointer though.
So full disclosure, I'm not like a huge soccer guy either, but I do enjoy watching like the 2-minute highlight videos of games. I don't want to sit there and watch a whole game though, but I'm cool to catch up just to see on an international level like what is going on. Is Korea, North and South Korea together?
I don't believe so.
Okay.
I could be wrong though. But
Yeah, I think it's funny that America didn't make it in for like the first time in forever.
yeah,
I
but
think,
like
I think it's pretty funny.
it's America.
I like when the guy screams goal.
Yeah. Goal. Yeah, no, that's the bet that is highly entertaining for me.
Oh yeah.
God bless that man.
And I love that they do it in every language. It's not just, Espanol.
Yeah, no, the guy speaks English.
Yeah.
Oh, go. All right, sorry for the waveforms there.
I think maybe let's transition, and we've been talking about video games. Let's start talking about games we have been playing. I almost forgot the fact that I have to deal with the music live, so I totally, took a
Did
longer
you-
time saying games we've been playing just to open up the window to get to it.
You just fucking biff it.
I did.
The good ship
shit.
tiny disc is in the hands of an amateur. Everyone,
Well, poop and scoop.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
you're doing a good job.
Jack, what have you been playing?
All right, guys. I've been looking forward to this release for a while now. It's probably the last good Switch game of the year. Mario Tennis Aces. I am playing that.
Excuse you.
Yeah, excuse you.
Developed what?
Octopath.
Yeah, Octopath Traveler.
Octopath.
Okay, sorry. The second to last good game of the year.
And
Ease 8
Smash.
just came out like 2 days ago. Anyone?
Smash is not. Smash is not.
Yeah, it is. I don't want to hear
Gonna-
it.
Can we have like
fucking
can it be Smash Mouth Bros?
Oh, I'd play
Ultimate?
Smash Mouth in that game.
I would
Smash
argue
Mouth
that Mario
Bros.
Tennis Aces is going to be just as good a same couch multiplayer game as Smash Brothers.
All right, so
Won't
tell
be
us
as
about
big. Yeah.
tell us about Mario Mario Tennis Man.
Tennis Aces. So Camelot Software developed it. Released obviously on Nintendo Switch June 22nd. It is the first game in the entire series, which goes back years and years and decades. It's the first game in the series that I've actually played and enjoyed.
Okay.
So I am of two minds about it. It's really strange. I played a lot of it. I really got into it. And so I'm probably 90% through the single player, which is
Okay.
admittedly pretty short. And
I've heard it's
I'm
bad.
90% through it. The single player. Okay, so where do I start with this game? Okay, first of all, I think this game is really deep. The gameplay is really deep. It's like fighting game levels of deepness. There's meter, there's
Yeah, I would
supers,
agree.
there's ultras.
I think it's called
There's like-
depth.
Yeah, there deepness. And
Yeah.
and so anyways,
Deep
but
blue
it's
sea.
got it's really complex. You have to learn the systems to be good at this game online and then also in the later levels, right? So it's very challenging. In fact, the what's it called? What am I trying to? The progressive curve. What am I trying to say,
The
guys?
difficulty curve.
The difficulty curve. My goodness, I can't think. Right, I'm distracted by that jingling sound earlier. Anyways, that thing, the difficulty curve is really kind of fucked in certain spots. There are areas you'll get to in the single player where you will have to beat some character in tennis, but you will have done everything you possibly can do before that point. And it is a bottleneck, and you have no way of getting around it, coming back to it later. There's no way of doing anything else. And the difficulty spikes like crazy high. I'm looking at you, Blooper.
What?
Fuck that little squid guy. And so I was stuck on it for like a number of days, like trying to beat this one guy. And that's all I could do if I wanted to progress in single player. I could not do anything else but play this terrible match over and over and over again where this guy, and it was nerve wracking. It got to the point where when I finally beat him, I was like LeBron James winning the NBA championship. I like jumped up, screamed. I was like, throwing them bows. I was throwing up the baby powder in the air. I was like freaking out, dude. I was like screaming.
Like
We are the
Rafael
champions.
Nadal just won against Federer.
Yeah, exactly. Like I was so just happy. I was like, oh, good. I can keep playing this game. And I don't have to throw it in the freaking garbage. Take out the microchip, right? The digital part of the RAM of my hard drive. Anyways. And so I did get past that. And now I'm stuck on the next one. And that's all you can kind of do. So I'm at a really hard part of the game, but I do plan on beating it. I do plan on playing it more. Here's where I'm of two minds. The gameplay is very good. It might, dare I say, might be the best tennis game I've ever played. It might be the best, deepest tennis game. The actual act of playing the game.
Would you say you love it?
Would I say I love it? Well, are you coming up with some dad pun or something?
100% it's a bad pun.
I like playing it a lot. I don't know if I love it.
Y'all
Too
get
early
it.
for this shit, Robert.
Y'all got it, right? Y'all got that one?
Okay. So anyways, but everything else around it, right? Everything else around it is kind of meh. And once I beat the single player, all there really is left for me is online. Where
Right.
I will probably summarily get destroyed, right? Like over and over again by that kid pre-ordering Call of Duty 4.
Right.
So it's a great game though. Do you remember Rockstar's table tennis?
No?
No one ever played that? It was really deep and surprisingly
Vaguely.
really good game
I
on
vaguely,
360. and it was actually very surprising that Rockstar could come out with a great sports game like that. But anyways, this reminds me of that. You have to pay attention to the type of shot that you are attempting, but also the type of shot your opponent is shooting at you to like counteract things. It is a really, really awesome experience to play. And I can only imagine if you got 4 people that knew the systems and you're playing doubles matches, man, that would be so intense. Like I'm striving for that one day to get that going. But I like it. I'm glad I bought it. I am glad I bought it. But when they start charging for multiplayer, I don't know how much I'm going to enjoy it at that point.
Oh, that's true.
But I'm getting a lot of mileage out of it now, and it's my main game I'm playing right now.
Wow. Well, I'm glad to hear it. I just for a game like that, it's so hard for me to justify $60 for an experience like that. Even $48, which is what I would pay for it.
But it's a Nintendo though. It's never gonna not be $48 to you.
I mean, well, exactly. Sports games sometimes go down in price. You just have to be patient.
I don't know, man. Yeah, all the other Mario Tennis games are like really still expensive. They're almost like full price still, for GameCube and N64 and whatever.
Well, yeah, GameCube games are going up in price. I don't know.
So I recommend this game. I love the single player. I think if you're playing with people in the same room or on the same couch. I haven't played with any of the motion controls. I've just been using either the Switch remotes. What are they called?
The Joy-Cons.
The Joy-Cons. I couldn't remember. Either playing with the Joy-Cons or with the Pro Controller mainly. But I'm not like doing the swinging around kind of shit, which you fully could do if you wanted to.
Oh, right. Did you guys happen to catch the video from E3 where Reggie and Jeff Keighley played Mario Power Tennis? Mario Tennis with each other? Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
Because they sit there and talk shit on each other while they're playing. So
wait, funny. Reggie and Jeff Keighley?
Yeah.
I have to ask, now that you've seen it, does Jeff look all right? Because the last time those two met in public, if you remember, Reggie had him by the balls and was like, "You think I'm just here for fucking Bayonetta 1 and 2?
Yeah.
Like, so
dude, no Bayonetta 3 at E3.
No, yeah.
Why?
But yeah, so I'm just wondering, is Jeff okay?
Oh, he might have looked a little sickly. He might have had a testicle or two taken away.
Right.
His balls are ready.
Yeah, he was he's like, okay, Reggie, you ready to play tennis?
And he's just like, I'm always
Reggie. Was like, fuck yeah, I'm about to bend over, bitch.
Think I was just here to play tennis? Yeah, wow. So I would say I'm mixed about it because again, playing the game is so great, but a lot of rough edges like elsewhere. And I think the way that the storyline goes in single player is so like bare bones and so low budget. It's kind of surprising for a Nintendo licensed game.
Do you have a main yet? Do you have someone you play as a lot?
The single player is just Mario. That's all you can play. So I haven't really even explored the other characters yet. I just know Mario.
Waluigi.
Wow,
boy.
If you move the right stick on the right side of the controller, you do like a dash move to reach balls that are hit far away. And Waluigi's is a moonwalk. It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
He turbo moonwalks.
Yeah, from the beta, that was so great.
Yeah.
This is what I'm really curious about. This is the real question. Is Citizen from New Donk City a playable character?
I wish. There are 3. So they give you a bunch of characters. I think it's like 12 or 15 or so, but there are 3 question mark blocks. And the only way that you can unlock those hidden characters is by participating in the monthly tournaments they have coming up.
Oh yeah. No, they're like
interesting.
Koopa Troopa is one of them, I think.
Yeah.
And there's like another one. I don't like they announced it a while back.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it would be so good to play as New Dog City Citizen.
I mean, I'd be down. That chick with
just
the hat.
A guy in a suit, just like you random humanoid character. It would be even better if they got Roger Federer or Rafael Nadal digitized into the game.
Well, didn't one of them do
Nadal,
like
I think was in the ad. Was in one of the ads for the game.
Yeah, they did an ad for it where he was playing against Mario.
Yeah, dude, that would be so good if they just had a random humanoid character in this game full of fucking Mario characters.
I'm into it. I don't fully regret the purchase yet, but there was a time where I was definitely about to rage quit by being stuck on that one character, and that's all you could do for like a whole day. I was so pissed.
Yikes!
But overall, maybe the best tennis game I've ever played.
All right, that's high praise. It's high praise.
Yeah, I definitely want to play the game.
I don't know. I still don't. After playing the beta, I was kind of like, I'm good.
I don't know. I'll play it at a friend's house. How about that? I'll give you that for right now.
I mean,
Sure.
it's the Arc Systems of tennis games, man. With the depth.
Damn. That's high
It's
praise.
super deep, dude.
I don't.
It's a fighting game.
I mean, I've heard it's a fighting. Are you putting a sticker on your mic live right now?
It's not just any sticker.
It's a Wah sticker.
It is a Waluigi sticker.
Oh, that's gonna be great on the audio with you
Oh,
putting
yes.
something right on the mic. Hey.
Oh yeah,
you
it's
go.
great. Listen to that. It's great.
Collin, what have you been playing?
So I have been playing a little game called Dragon Ball FighterZ. It was a couple of weeks ago that I finally just plopped the
Jack.
money on the table.
Jack, it's
Hi,
never
guys.
over.
I'm, I'm muting the mic. Bye.
Jack, this podcast is next time on Dragon Ball Z. That's all this podcast
Next time
is.
on Dragon Ball Z. Anyway,
So tell us about your anime Punch Boys.
I think we already talked about the game a little bit before. But I mainly want to talk about like the dilemma that I'm having with the season pass for this game, kind of stemming off the earlier conversation, because it's really hard for me to justify a $35
40
season
I think.
pass.
I think it's 40.
35 40, yeah, something like that. For a game that I only paid $32 for.
Yeah.
Like paying $40 for how many fighters is it? Is it 5?
8 actually.
8,
So half
but
of
still.
them half of them are out, half of them have still yet to be announced, but there are people who've data mined it and like we all know who the other 4 are.
Okay. I mean, it's just paying that much money for 8 more fighters, dude. I don't know if I can justify that, you know? And I think that's just kind of like and a lot of fighting games have been like that in the past 2 generations. Like the last 2 Mortal Kombat games were a lot like that, right? You'd had to pay extra money for the new fighters that came out. I don't know how much they charge for their season pass, but inevitably there's always some sort of like complete edition or whatever, or ultimate in Dead or Alive's case.
Fighter games are one of those genres that I really, really miss the days of old, where you just spent the money and that was the game, and you had all the characters already.
Right,
Now
and
they're
you just play
giving
through the
you
game to
half-baked
unlock 'em.
versions. Yeah, and now they're giving you half-baked versions of the game, and you're gonna have to spend about $100 or so to get the complete edition. It's so fucked.
Yeah, it's just such a ridiculous concept to me to pay that much for extra fighters. So I mean, where I'm sitting right now, I'm probably just gonna wait until the season pass either goes on sale or shit. I mean, I might even be waiting longer if I consider getting the Switch version of this game when it drops. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, great game. Like I'm enjoying playing it. Like it's great. The story isn't anything to write home about in terms of Dragon Ball Z stories.
Pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. It's I would say worse than a lot of the movie stories. I mean, it's like it might be just barely above Bio Brawly. That's about it.
Is Dragon Ball all about the story or no? Is it all about the action or is it both?
It's both. I mean, you got to have a reason why all that action's going on. And I don't know. It's just one of those things where it's like none of the characters feel in any immediate danger, and particularly in this story. You know what I mean? It's one of those things where it's like, oh, well, you know, they're just going to come out on top and, you know, nothing's going to happen.
Right, and they do that thing where like everyone's banding together, so it's kind of like, Frieza, you killed my entire species. Yeah, help me out. I'm okay with you. Let's team up.
You genophaged my entire planet.
Yeah, I mean, essentially.
Yeah, but let's work together for now. Like, I don't know, it was weird. Not a fan.
Weird dynamic. But that aside, it's a great fighting game. It feels good to play. It looks amazing, especially on a 4K TV. Like the game just looks crisp and fast.
I mean, I'll give you that, yeah.
Everything is very tactile. Like the buttons are super responsive. I mean, it's Arc System Works, so you can expect a certain amount of quality when it comes to fight.
Does it do
games.
the 3D spin around camera thing, like Guilty Gear Zerd?
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it
during-
Does
does.
that shit? Okay.
Yeah, during some special attacks, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
cool.
what he's talking about.
That's one of the coolest things I've seen in fighting games, to be honest.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Yeah, and they just have it's such a unique art style, right? It's like everything looks like it's on a 2D plane that it's not, and it's like it's really what would you call it? Faithful to the show, and I don't know. I mean, I hope the story gets better in that regard. But
Well, so it's split into 3 parts. I've gotten
Right.
to the end of part 3, and part 3 is the best, but I don't know if it's worth sitting through the crap they give you in 1 and 2. If that
right.
makes
I mean,
sense.
do you even really gain anything?
You unlock Android 21 as a fighter.
Oh shit.
So if you
Okay.
want a character, you need to play through the whole story.
Can you just spend the money and get her? Like the Zenny?
I don't think so. No, I think you need to beat the story for. Like, it got to the point where I just like skipped all the side fighting and just went straight to like the end of each chapter.
Yeah, it's probably getting to that point for me too, because what pisses me off is like I didn't realize is they made you go through the tutorial again.
Yeah, it's real dumb.
They made you go through the tutorial like in every fight. So I'm like, I want to actually fight. I don't want to go through the tutorial. That's dumb.
Like, it's nice because Arc Sys, they have made good tutorials in the past. Like Guilty Gear Xrd tutorial is phenomenal.
Mhm.
I kind of wish they did the same for fighters. Kind of didn't, but oh well.
I mean, like, because, well, that was the first thing I did when I booted up the game was I just went straight to the tutorial area in the lobby because that's the option that they give you.
Yeah.
So, of course, I went straight to the lobby, and then after I did the tutorial, I practiced a few combos, and then I jumped into, like, I jumped straight into story. But then they're like, oh, yeah, we're going to make you go through the tutorial all over again. I'm like, no, can I just skip it? Like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here and to have Goku's disembodied voice tell me, yeah, you're like a duck in water. Ha ha. Like,
Yep.
yeah.
Do you have any mains yet?
I wouldn't say particularly. Like, I haven't gotten that deep down the rabbit hole yet of like trying to get good. I don't know.
Is that game on Super Sale yet?
It's just dropped to $30, so there's a lot of places where you can get it for $30.
Yeah, on the Steam sale actually, it's probably pretty cheap.
Yeah. But it's one of those things though, dude. It's like I can't really tell people to go out and get the game when they're probably going to do a complete edition later on. I mean, they do several editions of the Guilty Gear games, right? So,
well, I'm not expecting that for fighters though, like because Guilty Gear Xrd was weird because they had Xrd and then Xrd 2 Revelator, and then like they combined that all into one at the end. But like, I'm not expecting a Dragon Ball FighterZ and a Dragon Ball FighterZ Burst Limit or some shit. Like,
Guys, do you remember that time last year when I bought Guilty Gear on PC and then I played it and then I returned it on Steam? I got my money back.
I do.
You guys remember that?
I forget why you returned it though. You just didn't like the
Because it
action, right?
sucks.
Rude.
It's not fun. I know it's rude, but it's not my version of a fighting game that I like.
I don't know. I enjoyed it. And also right now, Dragon Ball FighterZ is $36 on the Steam store. So it's not
Speaking of Steam, you
bad.
can't bring up Steam sale, bro, without talking about, any acquisitions. You guys
I was gonna,
anything?
I was gonna bring that up in the news section actually.
well, I didn't buy shit. Just a spoiler alert.
We ain't found shit.
Yeah, we ain't found shit. Comb the desert.
Comb the desert. Comb the desert. Man, we ain't found shit.
I bought
Anyway.
like 2 things so far, I think. I bought Planet Coaster actually.
Oh, is that on sale?
It's $20. $20 and like 10 cents or something like that.
Oh wait, I think I own that game.
Yeah,
I mean,
think you might-
that's hours upon hours of fun right there, though.
Yeah, I played that
that's
game,
that's
right,
a
Robert? Yeah.
Yeah, and then I bought Final Fantasy 15 Super Ultra Ultimate whatever edition.
Dude, games like Planet Coaster and City Skylines are really dangerous for me, dude. They're the kind of games where I was so addicted and sucked in, man. I was playing that I went through like a 12-hour session of City Skylines.
Oh yeah.
And I didn't want to go to bed.
Those games are like infinitely replayable too. Like those games are just they're like crack. I
dangerous.
still have Roller Coaster Tycoon 3, like a disc. That I played on my computer back in the day. It's good shit.
I'm hoping Planet Coaster is going to scratch that same itch. I haven't booted it up yet though.
I've heard it's great. I've heard nothing but good things.
Right,
I learned some tough lessons playing it, but I really like it.
Right, because part of me is also actually eyeing getting Final Fantasy 14 while it's on sale right now.
You know what? I think Steel Vengeance is in that game. I think I put it in that game. Yeah, Steel Vengeance is in Planet Coaster.
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's in Planet Coaster?
Yeah, you can just put it in the game and ride it and shit.
Oh, dope.
Robert, you hate roller coasters. I don't know why you bought Planet Coaster.
Hey, it's a management sim though. That's what I give a shit about.
That's a weird thing.
Hey man,
Okay.
he rode the damn coasters though. I'll
Do
give
you
him that.
go? He wrote a couple. Did you do you do like the first person perspective view and ride them in the game?
I haven't booted it up yet. I said.
Oh, okay. So how much do you like that
Damn.
game? Playing that game, Robert?
Planet Coaster. Let me think. I like it a lot. I'd probably wait in line for 4 hours in the sun to play that game.
Good.
What the
I'm
hell
glad-
was it? Wasn't there a show where they like reviewed games just simply based on the cover, like and playing no gameplay? It was like-
I like
know,
that idea.
I know Yahtzee did that. He would like look
Yeah,
at the
that's
cover
what
and
it
just
was.
like fucking Photoshop through it and shit.
Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 2, like the worst cover art ever.
Oh, Mega Man 1 is
this
so
is
bad.
one shooty robot boy.
He's a
With
blue
a
boy.
gun. Yeah.
Yeah.
People call him the Blue Bomber.
So everyone, Robert really likes
Yeah.
playing Planet Coaster. We know that now. Let's move on.
100%. No, actually though, I did play through Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit.
Oh shit! Oh my god! How
that
did I
free?
forget? I played that.
Freezies came out for free June 26th, yesterday.
I don't even care. I don't think I'm going to play it, but I'll listen to.
Okay,
Whoa.
but okay. Before I get, give me your thoughts. I want to hear. I played through it.
To me, it was a good tech demo of what Life is Strange 2 is going to be.
Mhm.
Kind of didn't care that much about the story of it.
Gotcha. So that it? That's
Yeah,
Does the
'cause
camera pull out and you're God? That was my theory.
No, that's not true. It does end with something interesting though, for sure. It's a very interesting, like, oh shit kind of a thing.
yeah. Are we gonna get into spoilers or no?
I don't think so. I mean,
I
it
don't
takes
care. I
like,
kind of wouldn't mind being spoiled on that.
all right. Well, so first, let me tell you like what impressed me about it is that it does still feel like Life is Strange for sure. Like if you played the
Yeah, it
first
does.
one, it's basically that game, but like slightly better looking graphics. And they've added a couple new mechanics in terms of like, so for example, in the beginning of the game, right? You're in your room, you're playing with your toys, and like you have to look around your room, and you do the same thing in Life is Strange. When you look at something with the right stick, you can press one of the face buttons to like interact with it in some way. Your dad starts calling you from outside the door. He's like, "Hey, Chris, come get his breakfast. Come over here, breakfast." And you can choose to respond to him, and you have like to hold down a shoulder button and then choose what you want to say, or you can just not hold down a shoulder button and not say anything.
Yeah, and then he's like, "Chris, get your ass out here!"
Don't make me come over there.
How long
Yeah.
is it?
2-3 hours.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
it? Okay. And it's on
Yeah, it's-
PS4?
PS4, PC, Xbox One.
Oh,
Yeah.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what I did like is, so you know how it's a kid who has an overactive imagination, right? It's kind of like the premise from the trailers.
Right.
So when you're playing with your powers, so like for example, when you're turning on the TV, you can like just look at it and look at the face buttons, or you could hold down the right trigger and then hit A, and you do like your superpowers, and he starts like putting his hand up to it, and he's like, "Ugh," and then like it turns on. But
yeah.
then it reveals
and then
like,
he sees like he sneaks the remote in there, and he like
his
flicks it on.
remote's in the other hand, and he like turned it on that way. So it's like
Press triangle to take your Adderall.
basically.
Yeah. Well, what I really like though is like the subtle hint at the beginning of the game where he was like flying, like he's like doing, like putting his hand up against the spaceship, and he's like, and it literally looked like it was floating. And we're like, oh shit! So this is his superpower, right? Like it was like telekinesis. And then it showed his hand like flying the spaceship
Yeah.
around. I was
Yeah,
like, this
they-
is okay.
Yeah,
This is
they
pretty
hide
good.
the hand. Yeah, so like
Yeah.
the whole time it's just like him being creative with his powers, and there's some parts that are like kind of supernaturally, but it's like all in his imagination is what it kind of feels like, rather than like that's how the world actually is.
Right.
Yeah,
I
Colin,
mean,
what did you think?
So I was waiting. So this is the thing about Life is Strange, because this is how it's molded me. Like I was like, okay, so there's this little kid. We're playing in his room, right? He's got all these cool Neato toys, and then his dad calls him out there, and I was just like kind of waiting. I was like, there's gonna be some dark aspect of this game, right? There's got to be something that's like emotional turmoil that's gonna make me feel.
Yeah,
right.
Same.
And I was just waiting for it. And so like you get called out to breakfast, and like your dad like sets the breakfast in front of you, and you're sitting there eating. Like, what's his name? Chris, right?
Chris is the kid. Yeah.
Chris is sitting there eating, and he's like, so is it good? And you're like, yeah, it's good. And he gives you the option. It's like, yeah, but it's not as good as what mom used to make. And I'm like, oh fuck, I already see where this is going.
The feels.
Oh god, I was like, no. And then his dad sits down and fucking cracks a cold one. It's like obviously early in the morning. I'm like, fuck, dude.
He's already an alcoholic.
So
Poured
we
Jim
got
Beam in his
we got
coffee.
either divorced parents or a widower here. And this dude fucking sits down with the beer. He's an alcoholic because of whatever happened. And I was like, oh fuck, okay, this is getting bad. And then, like, I keep talking to him, and his dad's like, Chris, we can go get a pine tree today or whatever because it's like Christmas time and blah, blah, blah. And then, like, they zoom in on fucking Chris's arm, and he's got bruises on his arm. And his dad's like, hey, so, like, nobody, like, asks you about that or anything, right? And he's like, and you can be like, no, not really. And like I was like, dude, so like he's an alcoholic, he beats his kid. I do not like where this is going. And I think I liked that in that the game did a really good job at building tension. Cause you know what I mean? Like I definitely felt like I was walking on eggshells around like the dad, and like I really had to be very choice about what I said and what I did.
Was it like that game Detroit Become Human where your dad could just like fuck you up?
Yep. Well, yeah. It doesn't feel like the stakes are that high. But yeah, I agree with you, Colin, that the dad is a shitty person for sure. He's not great. And the whole game is essentially, after you go through that, is dad sits on the fucking lazy boy and watches basketball because he used to be a basketball boy and then stopped being a basketball boy. Mm-hmm. But he still like watches it. And, he's totally like, the armchair coach, like, oh, come on, you should have thrown it that way. Oh, substitute that guy. Man, they got to fire that coach. He's a piece of shit. Like, he's that guy.
Yeah, it's like, I could shoot a better fucking three from this chair. Or like, whatever. Yeah. Like, you fucking
listen to Robert talk about sports ball is forever entertaining.
Look, I loved how he cheered when they scored the touchdown in the basketballs.
Yeah. But he's definitely one of those people that like he was stuck in his glory days. He's still got like his jersey hanging on the wall, and he's got pictures.
He's like
and
Uncle Rico in Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, basically that, but
over those mountains, man.
Right, right.
So
basically,
that's basically him. So while he's watching the big game, you just fuck around in the house, and they give you like a list of achievements that you can do as a superhero, but like you don't have to do all of them. It's just up to you if you want to.
Right.
But it's different stuff like go through the maze that's outside of the house, which is really like just this little junkyard, or like like knock down all these beer cans or something like that. It's just fun little side things you can do as a superhero because you're Captain Spirit, you're the hero to save the day.
I really liked that, the whole concept of that, like just breaking into the imagination of a kid, and it's just like it just rang so true. Like, it reminded me of when I was a kid, because we did all kinds of stupid shit like that, me and my friends.
Yeah, like one of my favorite things is like the water heater bit, like the way the
water eater, because the first time he said it too, I was like, did I catch that right? Did he say water eater?
Yeah.
And then he's like, yeah, the water eater. I'm like, oh, I see where they're going with this. Okay. But yeah, the whole idea that they kind of made it out to be the boogeyman, so to speak, right? It was the big scary room with the noisy thing. I was definitely like scared. I had shit like that when I was a kid. I was like, I don't like to be in this room alone, sort of thing.
For sure. And then it ends with kind of like a weird twist. I mean, I don't know if I want to spoil it, I guess.
You can spoil me off air. It's fine.
Okay. So yeah, it ends with a weird twist, and then the screen fades, and it's like, Chris will return in Life is Strange 2. Do you want to pre-order it right now? Come on, pre-order it, please.
It should have said Thanos will return.
Yeah, it totally ends with Chris going, snaps, and then everyone, yep.
I almost guarantee he's going to be the new. So we're going to follow him. We're going to follow him back when he's like a teenager, and he's going to be the fucking angst. He's going to be the new Chloe.
So this is kind of like the Last of Us prequel in a way.
Kind of, yeah. Like, I'd honestly be willing to bet you play as Chris in Life is Strange 2, but like as a teenager or a young adult.
I could see that. Yeah. I could really see that.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna follow him as a character or if they're gonna pull a reverse Before the Storm type of deal, whether you follow a different character in the actual main game.
Maybe.
But I thought Chris's story was like super interesting. They really did a good job at like building up who he is, and you find out a lot about Chris, like, and he's just an imaginative kid who's like kind of cut off from the rest of the world, right?
And he's very fragile too, like physically.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I mean the ending with his dad, the ending with his dad was like, I if you walked around the house and you read a bunch of stuff and you kind of had an idea of what was like going on in the world, I definitely saw the ending happening. Like, it was for sure kind of obvious. But should we just say what happens?
No, let's not spoil it on there.
Okay. All right, but yeah, so like
it's free. Anyone can pick up and play it. So just go ahead, download it and play it. It's not bad.
or not.
Yeah, it's pretty great. It's a good piece of storytelling. It'll hit close to home for some people, I think, definitely.
Do you have to have played all of the Life is Strange's?
No, not at all.
To get the most out of it. Okay.
Nope, not at all.
Like there isn't even a reference to like Max or Chloe or Arcadia Bay or anything. Not that I found.
Yeah, there is.
Is there? Where?
Yeah, there's a couple letters from Blackwell Academy.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, come on, like.
And plus, that it takes place in Seattle, and I like to theorize that that's where Chloe and Max end up.
Oh, so you think this is like in the future, like you get to meet Chloe, future Max?
I think that would be crazy, but that would assume that they go based off of that ending, though.
Yeah, you assume that the canon ending is the ending they spent like all but 2 minutes on creating.
Right, which actually the new comic book is.
Right.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. That'd be super interesting. though. What if the comic book comes out and it ends up with them meeting Chris?
Oh,
How
shit.
fucking crazy would you?
That'd be cool.
Why would that be? No. But one thing I did want to say about Captain Spirit, I don't know if it's just me, but I definitely feel like the voice acting got a little bit of an upgrade. Like I felt like it was better.
Oh,
like,
100%.
improved
For sure.
Yeah. Like I definitely felt like there was more emotion. Like I definitely feel like Chris was fully believable being like an 11-year-old kid. Like. I don't think he was any more or any less than his age. You know what I'm saying? Like he looked the part, he sounded the part. Because I think the problem that you run into in some games is that like when you pull in child voice actors, they'll say like the kid is 6-7 years old, but he sounds way too competent speaking wise. You know what I mean? It's like obviously this actor is like overdoing it for what this child's age is. I don't know. That's just to me.
No, I mean, I agree.
Really well acted, I think.
Yeah, I think part of it was the writing, too. The writing just kind of led itself to be like, yeah, that's believable that an 11-year-old would think all of those things.
Oh, yeah, totally agree.
Yeah. So, Jack, you don't recommend the game, even though you haven't played it? It's good to know.
I'm sure it's fine. I forgot all about it, honestly. But I'm more a passive Life is Strange consumer rather than an active one. I'd rather watch people play it, mainly PewDiePie.
Right.
Mainly PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. Well, not that he needs any more advertising from us. Look at everyone knows who PewDiePie is. So let's switch. Yeah, Felix. Felix Kjell something.
Fix It Felix. There we go.
There you go. That's his name.
Wreck-It Ralph.
That famous YouTuber, Fix It Felix. All right, let's transition to the news. All right. I say let's start with something kind of light. Can we talk about how we talked about the summer sale a little bit earlier, but I just wanted to like bring this up because we didn't talk about it earlier. Have you guys seen that shitty new game on Steam that's like the Steam summer sale game called like Saliens or some shit?
No. Oh wait, the ARG or something like that.
No, it's like some shitty little like space shooter or something.
Is it free?
Yeah, it's not like you download it. You play it in your browser. It's like a flash game, and if you play it, you earn trading cards.
Who cares about Steam trading cards? Is that an incentive for anyone?
I mean,
I don't give a shit.
You get like 7 cents per card, depending on how much you sell them. But I mean, it can stack up.
You have to sell them?
You can sell them, yeah, and you get some sizable money out of it.
What? Okay, maybe I should look into this one. I thought it was like some,
now he's interested.
I just thought it was just some bullshit like Pokemon card or something.
Money. Money.
Oh, who's buying it?
Other people, because when you collect like all the cards in a collection, you can craft a Steam badge and put it on your profile. But if you don't give a shit, like me, just sell them off to the people.
I didn't even know it happened. Okay, and people pay 7 cents a piece?
It depends on your card. Like I've once sold a card for $1.30. So I mean,
fucking Donald Trump over here, high roller.
Yeah, it was a foil. It was a fucking Steam trading card foil.
Oh my god!
Digital
it was
foil.
Literally, it was just a foil, and I'm like, that doesn't mean shit. It's a digital card, but whatever.
You mean it's a super secret rare Obelisk the Tormentor?
Oh fuck!
I put Into the Breach in my cart. I haven't purchased it yet. I also got what else is in my cart? Something else I totally forgot. I don't know.
I feel
there was a couple games that were catching my eye. I mean, Beyond Good and Evil, I think was like on sale for $2.50.
$1.50, yeah. And I remember.
$2.50, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking about Prey. $15.
Yeah,
Not bad.
that's in my cart too. I think you
There
reminded
you
me.
go.
Prey is in my cart for $15, and then I also remembered now. So the Modern Warfare 4 remake, the remaster, is like $20, which is still way too much for that. But
Yeah.
I've heard that go ahead and buy it, but there's no one playing it right now. So
Yeah. Can we just talk about, just because I remembered now in Prey, I was looking at it and I was thinking like, oh, I might buy it for the sale. So you know how Steam does that thing where if you buy a bundle, they'll show you like, so there's 3 items in the bundle. If you bought them separately, it costs like $80, but the bundle, it's like $60. So you save $20. For the Prey bundle with the Moon Crash DLC, they didn't discount Moon Crash. So originally they had bundled Prey with Moon Crash, like when Moon Crash came out, made it $40. So you save $10. But now that Prey is half off, they still keep the bundle up. But then they say price of items individually $35, price of bundle $40, and they don't even say what you save, because clearly you don't fucking save shit.
you're giving us $5 more,
Oh my
you sucker.
Right?
Wow.
So yeah, that was kind of dumb.
Oh, Evil Within 2 was $10 too, and I was looking into getting that.
I hear good things. I just can't. I just know I won't play it. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I wonder what Resident Evil 7 is.
Ooh, that might be a good pickup actually if you guys haven't played it yet.
I haven't played it.
Nah, I got it on PSVR, son.
Let's find out.
Yeah, that might be the way to go. That's what I'm waiting for. And when is that lightsaber game coming out on
Beat Saber?
PSVR?
Beat Saber?
What? I don't know. Is there a release date on that?
I don't know.
It
Dude,
just got
wanna-
announced for PSVR, but I can't wait, man. I want to play that.
Yo, that's the game that's selling me on VR right now. Also, I want to like you guys know the meme of like somewhat like people taking that sequence of Jack, you're gonna hate me for bringing this up again, but that sequence,
Dragon Ball?
yeah, of when Goku turns Super Saiyan 3 for the first time and he screams for literally like 5-6 minutes straight.
Yeah.
Someone put that in Beat Saber. Someone made a chart for like
It was only a matter of time. It's already in Guitar Hero.
I'm into that, dude. I'm into that. I want to see that.
yeah, and you know they even like Beat Saber to the like when people say Goku, you can't transform. It's like shh. Like it's so
Whoa,
good.
Corin, what's going on?
Yo, Resident Evil 7, $19.49 right now on Steam.
That's not terrible. Is it everything together? Is it the complete
no.
edition?
No, they're like if you want the season pass, that's another $18 on top of it.
Ooh, no. Ooh. I'll wait for the definitive edition of that.
Or hold on, Resident Evil Biohazard Gold Edition is $31.48.
We're getting closer. I'll wait for Amazon Prime Day, boys, coming up.
Yo,
July
I
Dude,
never,
12th.
we ain't gonna be shit if history shows
Bro,
us anything.
That's when I'm getting my Xbox One X, son.
Yo, I don't know. Amazon Prime Day has never been good sales to me. I've never seen something where I'm like, yes.
I saved $500 on my projector. Do you remember that, Rob? Did you ever see my projector when I got it here in Columbus?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, man, I saved $400 on it, and it was a steal for me, or a deal for me.
yeah, but they don't do shit for game deals though for those things.
Yeah, okay, wait, so when is Amazon Prime Day, Mr. I'm from Amazon spokesperson?
I think it's around the 12th, but it's coming up like the first or second week of July. It's coming up.
Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
I mean, we're moving to Seattle. Every day is Prime Day there.
That's true.
Yeah,
We
they're
get
gonna
to
have like
be,
a floating city above the, a floating cloud of drones just dropping your fucking groceries off on top of your head.
we get to be Amazon Prime citizens in Seattle Prime.
Right.
Seriously, though?
Assuming we're not homeless,
Which is a very real threat, actually. But judging on how the housing search is going from you guys.
No shit.
But I've heard really negative things actually about the Amazon Prime bros that live in Seattle. I've heard
really?
like it's basically like human pollution to the economy and to like everything. I've just heard nothing but bad things about the
Amazon,
the
don't pay attention
employees.
to any of this. Please employ us.
Oh, I'm sorry if you applied, but
love
yeah.
you.
But apparently it's a problem in that city.
Yikes.
Look it up.
Well, that's some good news. So yeah, if you're interested in the Steam sale, it's up until July 5th. Pick out whatever games you want. There's
Listen,
some okay.
that's not even the worst shit I've heard about Seattle in the last 2 weeks. Do you guys want to hear the worst shit I've heard about Seattle in the last 2 weeks?
I hear
I heard
Starbucks
about
is a big
the
deal
mountain
there.
lion thing and blah blah blah.
It's apparently, and this is like just a fact, it's on the ring of like the Pacific Ring of Fire.
Yeah.
And apparently Seattle region is like super overdue for a major earthquake and volcanic eruption.
Oh, fantastic. Good
Like,
to know.
look, and this was on Joe Rogan's show. I actually listened to it last week, and it's like super overdue. Like it's something like every 60,000 years, and it's been like 81,000 years since the last one. So let me know. Let me know, or maybe
Fuck,
not.
Jamie, pull that up on the screen. Jamie, look at this motherfucker.
Young Jamie.
Look at this motherfucker. He's fucking like it's like a 500 fucking pound gorilla. Look at that motherfucker.
I've never seen a gorilla do that before in my life. That's
Listen,
a pretty
man,
good
so
impression.
no, get this shit. So it's been like, so it turns out that if you do fucking DMT, every one of your fucking skin cells regenerates like 3 times as fast.
Dude, the
Fucking
stoned ape theory, man. Mushrooms. Ketosis. On an academy. MMA. Jiu-jitsu. Aikido. Dude, that is a really good impression. I'm impressed, actually. I'm quite impressed.
So welcome back to the Tiny Disc Podcast. We commissioned Joe Rogan to show up for the past
Tiny Disc
minute or two.
Podcast all day, all night.
Good shit.
So, director for Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy VII Remake, Tetsuya Nomura,
fuck, I forgot about this.
he's come out and publicly said, so maybe we revealed Final Fantasy VII Remake a little too early.
Was this not 3 years ago? 3 years ago.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been
when
3
they
years.
first announced it.
It's been 3 fucking years.
Fuck, dude, that is so depressing to
Fantasy.
hear that. That
dude,
is
they
so
announced
depressing.
Kingdom Hearts 3 too early, like because Square Enix, I don't know, because they get in this thing, right? They get themselves in this position where, at least the way Nomura puts it, it's like, dude, the fan base was just like twisting our fucking arm, man. They're like, where's this game? Like, why isn't it happening? And then we let them know it's happening, but it's not anywhere close to being done. Like
This is worse.
It's worse. It's way worse. I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 was announced in 2013 and it's coming out in 2019. That's almost 6 years, guys.
Do you guys want to hear my Sora impersonation in the E3 demo or trailer? Oh, yeah? I won't let her heart fall into darkness.
Yeah, that wasn't bad.
And scene.
That's it. Thanks for listening to the Tiny Disc Podcast featuring Sora from Kingdom Hearts.
Anime,
Roxas,
everyone.
I cannot let you go through. Dual wield.
Oh,
That
shit.
infamous video. Fuck.
Jesus. I don't know, man. Let's see here.
Square Enix
Bethesda.
is fucking up. Square Enix is fucking up. That's the moral of that story. So it's going to be about 10 years until we see Final Fantasy VII. Like, I was
It's gonna
expecting
be
to
a
see
long time.
gameplay this E3. I'm now realizing that's a next-gen game, folks. That's
hey,
a
we
next-gen
saw-
game.
We saw gameplay of it though, like 3 years ago, right?
Not
Not 3 years ago, but it was like
It was
2 years
it was
ago,
like
a year and a half
tiny.
ago.
It was a tiny bit in
Some
that trailer.
battle, yeah. And
Yeah,
it
it
looked
was
like Kingdom
very
Hearts.
Slash Final Fantasy 15-esque.
Yeah. So I mean, they've got some kind of alpha build, I assume.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the same reason why they were trying to announce. They announced it as like being episodic and shit because they knew the development was taking so fucking
The
long.
original game came out on 4 discs on PS1, and they're talking about the remake now being 3 separate games. So are we literally talking about like 5 years between each fucking game?
Maybe
It's going to be 3 games, dude. I don't want Final Fantasy that bad.
Look,
I'm sorry.
it took-
No, just
it took
fucking
10
just
years.
do your thing and just fucking just pull a fucking Cyberpunk. Shut the fuck up about it. Don't talk about it again until it's done.
We live in
Yeah.
an era now where an independent guy working out of his garage can make a game on the scale and scope of Final Fantasy VII now. Like, that's a thing. And
Right.
and RPGs come out all the time that are just, on the same level and epicness of Final Fantasy VII. It's like,
Well, yeah, but it's one of those games that has so much nostalgia, so much hype around it.
I have a lot of it
That-
myself, but
Yeah, and I mean the Final Fantasy VII in name alone is just it's bigger than everything else.
Yeah.
Just on a
consider-
hype level.
It took 10 years for them to get from Final Fantasy 13 Versus to Final Fantasy 15, right? Like that's 10 years of development for one Final Fantasy game. So who
Not
knows how
worth
long
it.
we're going to be
Yeah,
sitting here.
dude, who fucking knows?
I'm calling it now. I'm calling now. I think that's next gen game. There's no way it comes out in 2 years.
I mean, it probably
no
will
way.
be. I'm not throwing the hat in the ring for anything in this Final Fantasy VII debacle.
Or
I'm
it'll
just
straddle the line. It'll straddle the line, perhaps.
Yeah.
It'll be on like 8K on next gen or something.
it'll get here when it gets here. Whatever.
And I'm sick of waiting for it too. I'm sick of waiting for games. Like I just don't care. Like I don't want to hear shit about it until it's out anymore. But I know that's impossible.
just go the way of CD Projekt Red. Just shut the fuck up about it and get it done.
Much more how I prefer it. That's a great example. Like
well,
just
guys,
fucking
you're still forgetting. We don't have a release window for Cyberpunk either.
No, but no, we don't.
I'm just saying
But-
we don't have one for that either. Y'all
No,
being
but-
like, man, wait till CD Projekt Red. Look at what they did.
Well, listen though, but they are they have my goodwill right now coming off of that E3 trailer. Okay, now, but granted, if they don't do shit for like 2 or 3 years from this point on, then I'll be saying the same shit.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, it's true, but I don't think it's going to be 3 years from now that they come out with this game. It's
I
probably
don't
going to
either.
be 3 to 5 years before they come out with Final Fantasy VII.
Right, but that's the thing. We don't have any promise either, so I don't think it's a fair comparison to point at Cyberpunk and be like, they're doing it right. Like, no, they're not. They're just...
Okay,
it's like everyone loves stroking CDPR's dick.
Bethesda shuts the fuck up about their games, and then they announce them in E3, and it comes out like 3 months later, 4 months later.
Like 6 months, but yeah.
Yeah, 5.
8.
But yeah, fucking 7, 6, 5, 11. Anyway,
76. Follow 76.
Yeah, follow 76.
All right,
fucking get wrecked, scrub.
that's actually a good segue though into our other news story I've got here. So Bethesda is suing Warner Bros. Because Westworld, you know, that really weird sci-fi show that everyone seems to love, they've got this new like mobile game, and it's apparently like a blatant ripoff of Fallout Shelter. It's just,
Why am I not surprised?
yeah, it's just straight up like, and it's not even like they just looked at it and thought, oh, that's Fallout Shelter. Like literally there was a bug that happened early in Fallout Shelter's life cycle that was happening again in this Westworld game's life cycle. So it looks like code is being directly copied.
So, okay, for starters, mobile games get copied all the time, and games get copied all the time onto mobile. They get blatant Chinese ripoffs, which is a huge thing right now in the Chinese gaming scene. And the games industry, by the way, did like a really great piece on that. And another thing is, so I don't think they're really chasing after them for any other reason other than like they're big enough to be Warner Brothers. Like they're as big as Warner Brothers, right? That's why they're going after them, because they're big time. Another thing is this isn't the first time that Warner Brothers has been charged with this sort of thing. Did you guys remember the Shadow of Mordor debacle?
I think so, with Assassin's Creed, right?
Yeah. So apparently, they ripped code out of fucking Assassin's Creed 2, and you can see it in the animations. Like they're so similar. The climbing animations in Shadow of Mordor are fucking identical.
Well, it's not even just that, right? Like, I mean, that is like being caught red-handed. But didn't like they get like ex devs from that too, like or something?
Oh, that I don't know, but I know somehow that they were accused of stealing code from Assassin's Creed 2. I know that for a fact.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think anything came out of it because I think they got out of it somehow legally. But it's crazy that they would go as far as fucking making a mobile game that directly whips off Fallout Shelter. Like they're gonna sit there and fuck with Bethesda. Bethesda has a history of going after people that rip off of them.
Oh,
like
yeah.
the whole interplay thing with the Fallout Online. That's why that got canceled, and now they have Fallout 76. You know what I mean? Like, so Bethesda does not fuck around when it comes to getting ripped off, dude. There was someone else they sued too. Does anyone else remember? There's another place they sued.
I can't remember right now.
But yeah, so I don't know why the fuck you would think it would be smart to rip off someone like Bethesda who is going to go after your ass.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it's dumb. Like I don't see what it doesn't add anything. It doesn't do anything for anyone other than cash in on the IP. So
yeah, and the thing is too, like it'd be better if they like pulled code from a game that isn't in the news cycle, but like Fallout Shelter is still in the news cycle, especially after E3 when they announced like, hey, it's coming to Switch and PS4 too. Like it's not like everyone forgot about what Fallout Shelter is.
Right.
It's not like they're kind of just sliding it in there in the back end, and like, you know, people know it's there, but it's not, you know, they did it at precisely the wrong time. Like,
yeah,
absolutely awful.
So
and
good job, Westworld. Proud of you.
Jeez. Man, I can't believe it. I don't know, man. It's just despicable to me. It's just dumb. It's just a dumb move.
Same. I have a last bit of news here. Should be kind of quick. But Telltale's finally confirmed that, yeah, we've got a new fucking engine.
Oh, God. How could I forget about this?
Finally.
Oh, okay.
About damn time. Everyone on social media was like, holy fuck, dude, about damn time, because I know the Batman games were Borderlands.
They were
Borderlands
Borderlands
also
3.
was-
Borderlands unplayable. They were Borderlands unplayable, dude. Like, I heard so many horror stories about how you got to like episode 3 and 4 and 5, and like they would just crash and crash and crash and crash, and they would have like character models that weren't popping up on screen, invisible faces and shit like that. Like all kinds of terrible stuff. I mean, the game engine is absolute shit, and they've been using that engine forever, and they're using it because they wanted to be able to optimize for so many different platforms. And they're finally, joining the crowd and using Unity. So
Right.
I'm glad.
Like, because
So-
they've been using it since 2012, I think. So it's been 6 years.
I cannot think of a more precipitous drop from like the top of the video game hill to the bottom when I'm talking about what happened to Walking Dead and then Walking Dead 2. It just fell off the face of the map. Dude, Walking Dead was like, I think it won like Game of the Year for a lot of outlets. And the
Yeah,
Game
it
Awards
was-
too, I'm pretty sure. It was a big deal, and I played it, and it was kind of a phenomenon back then in, I think, 2012, 2013.
Yeah, around that. Like, after episode 5 came out.
And then 2 comes out, and like crickets, dude. I remember it didn't do shit. It was it just fell out of the news cycle, just fell out of the lexicon. And so
Yeah, I mean, season 3 even more so. Like, you didn't hear shit about season 3 after it came out.
I didn't even know there was a season 3 until just now.
That's because they also did that bullshit of like, here's fucking Walking Dead Carcassonne or some shit. Like there was that weird side story. Yeah, I know Carcassonne's a board game, but like they had some other shitty side story that like no one gives a shit
The
about
Walking
this
Dead,
right now.
the Michonne miniseries.
That's that thing.
Oh,
Thank you.
Carcassonne, Michonne.
That's close.
Wow.
See, I got it.
Not really
got it.
close. Not really
Got
close.
it in one. Got it in one. Look, all I'm saying is they released all this side shit that I'm like, dude, I don't give a fuck. And I love how, because season 4 is coming out soon, right? Episode 1 of season 4 is the final season, and all the marketing and all the game's press about it is like, and now the finale to the critically acclaimed, Telltale's The Walking Dead. And I'm like, I mean, the first season was critically acclaimed.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call the whole thing.
Yeah, I mean, I liked season 2. I thought season 2 was good.
Season 2 is all right. I think it had a good end to it. I didn't play season 3 though.
I haven't played season 3 either. Hey.
So yeah, good on you, Telltale. Fucking stepping up your game for once.
Yeah, are they
Yeah,
gonna? I mean,
geesh.
have they shown it off yet, or they just said, "Oh, it's a new thing"?
I mean,
not sure about
the new gameplay for season 4, like there's some like third person, like over the shoulder action kind of shit.
So
Kinda
we've
like-
evolved to N64 levels of production.
Yeah, like Resident Evil 4 type of stuff.
Yeah, so that's gonna be the last game running in that engine, right? So then we're gonna get Unity after that with because I think they have The Wolf Among Us Part 2 in the works, and I think that's
Yeah.
gonna be running in Unity.
Dude, I think didn't
that-
Telltale recently go through like some really heavy layoffs too in the last couple of years?
Yes. They laid off like 33% of their workforce
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Oh
But,
yeah, I
dude,
remember that.
I'm excited for Wolf Among Us 2 because I don't know if you guys played the first one. The first one was
I didn't.
bonkers. So good.
I heard it was great. I need to get into that.
Like, I kind of like it better than Walking Dead. That's just because I like that universe more personally.
You're into like classic monsters, like you're playing vampire, you like werewolves, you like lichens.
I've gotten kind of sick of Vampire, actually.
Oh yeah, I was wondering you haven't brought it up. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
it's-
curious.
It's all right. I mean, it just feels a little tedious at times, I guess.
Getting a little burnt out already, are you?
Yep. So that's about all I've got for the news section. So let's transition to the last bit of our show here. Let's talk about our question of the week. All right, so I've got another game for you two. It's going to be very fun. So the premise of this game is that you two are a married couple, but you're also animals.
Hi.
You two just don't know what animals the other person is.
So we're born blind.
Right.
And our stream is going crazy right now.
So Jack, I'm messaging you your animal.
No, seriously though, the thing is going crazy.
Oh, is it dead?
No, it's just
oh no.
it's just really jacked up.
Oh no.
Oh shit. All right, we'll deal with that. It's fine. Oh, but can you guys see the animals?
No.
All right, we're good.
You just mentioned me my animal, so I know my animal.
Okay, and then Collin, I message you yours. Totally
Okay.
forgot about how Discord is tied to that.
Our
Cool.
faces are gone.
It's good. We're good. And you guys
Okay.
listening to the audio have no idea what we're talking about because nothing bad happened because I am a good streamer person.
Great. Just,
Whoa.
It's great. It's so good.
Good
Okay.
radio. Good radio.
So you both got your animals.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So I hear you two coming in for marriage counseling. How long have you two
Yeah.
been married?
25 years.
Quick question on the side. Am I supposed to be giving clues so he can guess, or am I supposed to be making this hard so he can't guess?
Give clues for sure, but like, you know, don't just be outright like, I'm
Okay.
a dog.
Like,
Woof.
I soar on the wings of eagles. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
So,
I got you.
all right,
Subtle.
cool. Be
Okay,
subtle.
What was the question?
So how long have you two been married?
25 years. The better half. 25 years.
Yeah, it's getting to around a quarter century now.
Man, you guys look very young.
Well, in people years, I'm probably like, I don't know, 150, something like that.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I don't know. 150, that sounds a little high. You sure you're only talking about dog years or something?
No, definitely not.
No.
All right. So Jack, I remember you're the one that reached out to me first. What was the big problem that Collin was causing you?
So I'm like trying to scratch this cardboard thing, and like he's being a dick about it. He's like, no. He's like, no.
So you went and
Bad.
messaged him. You wait. You were talking about I'm a problem.
Yeah, it
Why?
really pissed
How
me
am
off,
I a
dude.
problem?
It really pissed me off, dude. I was trying to chase this laser around, and it's like, no, like I want to scratch this post.
This has to do with my cheese collection, doesn't it?
This is so stupid.
So you think his cheese collection's
Maybe.
stupid?
Maybe. It stinks, dude. What am I gonna say? It's smelly.
Hey, you know what? You're fed, aren't you? You have something to eat. Like I don't know what else you want to bitch about here. I put cheese on the table. All right.
Cheese is fine every once in a while, but I like a nice little fish fillet every now and again too. I mean, mix it up here. You just go into your hole in the wall, every other day, and I gotta chase you out there. So I don't know. Fuck.
Hey, listen,
course.
man. I'm putting cheese on the table. You could at least stop ripping the fucking cheese. All right.
Woof.
Ripping cheese. That's what I
Woof.
do. Okay,
All
to
right.
what end is this?
I'm starting to sense that there's a little bit of animosity here. I think that we need to go deeper into the issue here. I think
Shit.
that
I thought we almost got through a whole episode without this bullshit.
I feel like you two are playing a very cat and mouse game with each other right now.
Yeah,
Clearly,
we're really
clearly.
breaking the fourth wall.
Yeah. Is that it? I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So what animal? Okay, Jack. What animal is Colin?
He's a mouse.
And Colin.
He's a cat. What the fuck, man?
It was pretty easy.
That was
Yeah,
so
pretty
obvious.
Very
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
Yeah. You guys made it very easy too.
I didn't know what to do.
Yeah,
Not a trained comedian. Okay, go.
You got to work at it.
should have
Yeah,
made me
alright.
like an aardvark or something.
Yeah, I know. They were so common animals. Like it would have been funnier if they were like really weird animals, right?
I didn't want to make it like too weird, so that it'd be like, I don't know, you're a porcupine, and you're like,
They should have been mythical animals. I think that would have been easier, or like cooler if like I was a Pegasus or something, and he was like a Leviathan.
Leviathan. What?
A dude is not a dragon; it's a wyvern.
It's a wyvern. There's no. I don't have any fucking arms, dude. You see arms in this bitch?
That's a fucking wyvern. Oh, I love seeing when fucking neckbeards get pissed about that shit.
Roll
right.
D20, you bastard.
okay, I'll put those notes in for next week then if we're gonna play it again.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
That was weird.
Wow, okay, fine.
Oh, nuts.
I guess that does it for us this week for the Tiny Disc Podcast. If you enjoyed what we did here, you can feel free to email us any questions, comments, concerns, feedback, anything you want us to read live on this actually live show. Email all those things to us at tinydiscpodcast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on all of our social medias, you can find them all at tinydisc.com.
What is that, Matt? What is that?
It's my ring. You're face right now, Robert. It's my Ring doorbell. Whenever it gets motion at the front door, it goes.
No, it's great because he said tinydisc.com and it was just like magical noise.
It's like,
that's how magical our website is.
Yeah, that's our jingle.
I have no control over that.
Yikes.
But hey, it's just consider it a component of the show. It's a feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature.
Everything's a feature of our show.
Yes.
Including the times I totally do everything on purpose on Twitch.
Yes.
If you enjoyed the show, it'd really help us out if you left us an iTunes review. It'd mean way more than you know. If not, you could just go up to one of your friends, tell them you want to play an improv game with them, and just keep dropping very subtle hints about listening to podcasts and lead them to listening to the Tiny Disc podcast. Just go ahead and do that.
Good advice. Sound advice.
Sound advice. Perfect advice. Where can we find you guys online on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter, Collin Amano, aka @boo__55.
On Instagram at Mr. Cepeda, Mr._CEPEDA. Wu-Tang.
Jack, did you have to look at the stream to be like, sure?
Yes, I did.
I saw those eyes. You're like,
I don't know my Instagram. Hey, man, it's on screen for a reason.
Instantly follow me on Instagram.
You can find me on Twitter and all the social medias at Panoptimist, PINOPTIMIST. Thank you so much for listening to the Tiny Disc Podcast, and we'll see you guys next Thursday.
Collin, play me out. Instagram. Instagram. Instagram.